Hi everyone, welcome to the third edition of Zuribook Club. So we are meeting here in Kyalami. One of our members has opened her beautiful home to us, and this March we decided to review Vagabond by Lerato, Mogoatlhe. It's wandering through Africa on faith, and we wanted to meet together and really just unpack, uncover, dissect what it's like to travel Africa. And we share her experiences and also share about our own personal experiences through Africa. And so here we are, we're about to delve into it, and I hope that you guys are gonna enjoy it. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms. It's Zuri_book club. And if you'd love to join our book club, do hit us up on the DMs and we'll hit you right back. But for now, let's go check out this exciting book review. Let's go. From gas and solidarity, this will be my remedy. This will be my remedy. This will be my remedy. Got a better peace. This will be my remedy.
Sometimes online you can just pick up the camera. One of the first things that I think obviously would stand out is her taking the decision to be like, I'm not going back home. You're in a foreign land, you're not your mother's house, you don't know anybody, you don't have a house, you don't have a car, you don't have money. You're in a foreign land. You make the decision to like, I'm staying. Whatever it takes, this is something I want to experience, I'm staying. You know, so I think what I want to ask you ladies is, what price are you willing to pay for your dreams? Or what have you already paid? The price you've already paid for your dreams. She slept at border gates, guys. I like nice things.
Soft.
Yeah,
soft.
Okay, so I'll start. So I paid the price of living a whole year without a salary, being broke, that is. Because I decided to leave my job at Merchants, and I decided to pursue my career in cricket broadcasting. Took a whole year of my brothers bailing me out every single month so I can survive.
That's my biggest price now that I actually have a child, is looking at the time and thinking, but I really could have been staring at my baby right now. But you can't be, because you need to be studying, and it's painful now, but at the end of the day it's for him.
Sure.
So that's just the painful price that you try fit in. There's work, there's school, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a this. So it's just a lot, and I have to squeeze in the book club somewhere in my life. This is the good part of squeezing in. But yeah, that's just the price. Time. For me, time is the biggest price of it all, and the things that I forfeit because of the things that I've committed to doing.
Yes, I will rate Vagabond. I will give it a 5-star because I'm from Cameroon, so she went and visit West Africa. That is our country. Yes, my sister stays in Ghana, and Ghana is her favorite country. The other thing is that the music, like Salif Keita, Youssou, Abikwate, those are the artists that we grow up with. So I was very happy to see a South African appreciate them. And I also like her Pan-Africanism style. When she said in the book, I don't like to look too different from my Pan-African, from my natural person, because it will be cheating on my Pan-African gods. Yes, I also like the way she appreciates our clothes, our grand basin, our dust. I like the realness in her. Yes, even I was very happy every time I see a pinch of French word inside the book. So yes, it wasn't an easy read, but it was a nice book, very nice. And I think I should also take the road to visit Africa. Yeah.
I think for me, it speaks to what Lesego highlighted around being sure and having that level of faith in whatever, that this is the path that you're meant to be on. But also she's got a lot of chutzpah, and I think for me, it encouraged me to be like, maybe sometimes it's okay to just hoy, you know, and not overthink things and be caught up in the moment.
Stillness is so important, right? And sometimes God places in situations where it requires you to be still, because that's an opportunity for Him to speak, and that's an opportunity for us to rediscover ourselves.
You know, as you said, in that stillness, right, and listening to God and then walking in whatever the Lord has said you should do, right? But I also think it takes that obedience and that act of faith, right? And that's not an easy thing.
I think it's so hard to accept that you are great, right? It's so hard to accept that you're capable of whatever. So my theme or whatever for the year, as we've been praying, is I really want to use the gifts that I have, get placed in those rooms that scare me. But as I've been intentional about that, I realized that it's not so easy, because it's not so easy to accept that you're great, you know, and I think it takes that, it needs courage. You need to be courageous, because everything it's in the going.
So she says, no money, no experience, no social connections. I mumble to myself, and apparently no common sense too. Because who abandons their life and career for something they don't know?
Yeah.
So I'm giving this book 3.5 Zuri stars. The reason for that is that her writing is it drags at some point. You know, it feels like you're reading an article, like one of the ladies said. It just drags and goes on. But the experiences, the moments that she shared in here definitely make me want to travel the continent. I feel like I haven't even touched the surface. So I really want to go out based on the experiences here, the food, the culture, the music. It all just comes together and makes you realize that our heritage as a continent is so strong. So definitely traveling Africa, and I'm excited about it.
So yeah, I just want to open it up and see if, you know, what your guys' thoughts are on putting up placards or things that prompt you to say, oh, Getswamole, but this is where I am right now, or something that prompts you to carry on and say, you know, I remember walking here and now I'm driving past here.
Like, for instance, my tattoo. I would say that for me is a monument. Sure. You know, because in the season when I got it, I was not in a good place. You know, and for me, I needed that reminder to say that, and it's on my right hand because I'm right-handed, to say that I hold the key to opening so many doors. I just need to unlock it and go through it.
I also have a tattoo saying you are going to be okay, because like for 2 years I felt like I was walking in a dark space, like there was like a dark cloud that was following me for 2 years, and I think I had to go into a space where I go back to God, because I kind of like step away from knowing God and stuff like that. But I had to go back to, you know, because we used to go to youth camps. And sometimes you don't realize, like, it's like youth camp, but those things, they put a stamp in your life. So I had to go back to that space of just seeking God in order for me to be okay.
I haven't finished reading the book, but I'm going to give it 3.5 stars, mainly because the author is, well, the personal reflection was of how God works, and I felt that there's a scripture in Job that talks about, can you fathom the mysteries of God? And this woman was traveling all over Africa, fearless as she was, and she had faith that she'd be taken care of, she'd have food to eat, she wouldn't be attacked. And it was a real reflection on how South Africans are and how we value traveling all over the world as opposed to how we value traveling in South Africa, and how unsafe this country is. But the rest of the world, or Africa, is so much safer than being home.
So reading this book for me, I was scared for her.
Yes.
You know?
Like Uganda. Uganda, when the guy said, this is not South Africa.
Yes.
I thought he was lying. I was waiting for it to know he's lying. They always say it's South Africa. They always say it's safe, and then
Each time I turned the page and she said, now I'm going to this, and it's also the men, here, because most of the time she's going to a man's house, she's getting in a car with men, and here, I mean, even trade with men, yes, and you're having drinks with random men, sis. Listen, I was just like, I don't know how much South Africa has messed with my mind. One of us. That I can't even enjoy a book of a woman really just engaging in wanderlust because I'm so scared of what a man could do to her, and I'm always second guessing a man's intention just from a book, not even in my own life. That's a different story. Just from a book alone. I'm with you. Yeah. Sorry. So there's that.